All right, guys, this is my June updates and news. I want to talk about a few things. Try not to make this video too long. The first thing I want to talk about is we're finally starting to play softball. We've been practicing out hitting quite a bit. Our first tournament is June 20th. It's here in town. It's kind of like a warm-up tournament, get the year started. Next tournament is at Waxahachie at the end of the month, and I think that might be states. I don't know yet, but I'm pretty sure it's states. And after that, we're out of town playing a lot of back-to-backs. We're trying to get, I guess they rescheduled tournaments that have been canceled in May and April. And we're going to try to make as many as we can because I know a lot of them are going back-to-back with each other. We're going to try to make the Smokies. I know we're making Dalton. I'm going to be in Virginia with the 60s. And there's another 60s tournament, ISSA tournament up there too that I'm going to try to make. So, and then, you know, I think we've got one more tournament here in Texas and then Vegas. And I think somewhere up north in Texas again for some kind of SSUSA tournament. But I'm just glad we're getting ready to start playing. Trying to hit a lot. I know a lot of you guys are going to get out there and be winded, especially trying to get all of those tournaments in by the end of the year. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to be able to make it. But just one thing mainly is stay safe. Don't try to overdo yourself. First thing I want to talk about is podcast. I love podcasts. I'm not liking them. I love podcasts. I listen to as many as I can. A lot of the guys try to have them on Fridays and Saturdays, and I think that's awesome because especially when it's downtime, I'm at home, not out doing anything, and I'll kind of go through a whole podcast. A lot of you guys like to have them for an hour. I can stay in there an hour. I try to get at least an hour in, but and I try to get as much in as I can on everybody's podcast. But I think that's the new thing now, since everybody's staying home and not getting out a lot. You get a lot of information off these podcasts. So what I was talking to the guys about is running a 1-hour podcast at all these tournaments we're playing in out of town that we're traveling. Trying to get some of the guys from the team. I know I can't get everybody, but get a few guys from the team and maybe a few guys from the tournament to actually come up and have a podcast, do a podcast with me in my room. So that's the plan, is running podcast on weekends. And when we don't have tournaments, I was going to do a podcast on Friday or Saturday with Billy and Bubba. Going to talk about the latest things that are coming out, the new things that are coming out, and what we have scheduled with senior softball bat reviews. Bats, before I get to the rest of this, I want to talk about bats. We are working on the two-piece Dudleys right now. Those bats are hard to break in. The reason we haven't got them out because we're getting ready for the year. And when we get ready for the year, we usually hit our own bats. So it's Dudley kind of fell in that bad slot where you got to hit the Dudleys, the two pieces, a lot to get them where they're going to open up. I kind of like that bat. It's not a dud. It's actually a bat for the 40s and 50s with that high bat speed that you can swing. So I kind of like that bat. I like the way that bat performs. It just sounds like shit when you first started swinging it. Billy first started swinging, Bubba first, and even Bubba's like, oh my God, just wait for it to change sounds. And we haven't put a lot of swings on them. That's the bad part because we just got through doing it. And we had to get those videos out before everybody started kicking everything off. But Onyx is coming up. Suncoast is coming out with one-piece bats. And this is just what I've heard. So they're coming out with one piece. Adidas will not have one piece anymore, and that's Suncoast will start doing. And here's the deal about that: they're not taking those bats and repainting them. They're actually making those bats better. Because I would have got them sooner. Everybody would have got them sooner. From what I hear, they're waiting for them to get approved, which tells me that they are redoing the bat and putting it out there. I like one piece. I especially like the one piece Adidas bats, the 12-inch and the 13-inch bats, the reloaded that they came out with. A lot of you guys like those bats, so just to let you guys know, they are coming out Suncoast is coming out with their own version of those bats, and hopefully they thin out the handle like they did on the two-piece and put a little tackified, you know, end on it. That would be freaking great, because I like that. So whenever I get those in, I'll let you guys know. I'll do a Facebook Live on it, because I'm starting to do these Facebook Live videos too when I'm hitting, to let you guys see. And that's blown up, guys. That's actually gotten pretty big. And I know you guys like looking at that because you comment on the comment section. I'm getting a lot more views lately than I have been, and the main reason is because you guys don't have anything to do. You guys are at home, you're not at work, and you're watching videos all day long. I put out a video a day, and every morning, and it's usually behind the scenes video, and then I kind of mix these videos in there every once in a while, the question and answer videos, and then little special videos that somebody's swinging a certain type of bat, and I'll put them out there. Well, I want to keep doing Facebook Live, and y'all guys are watching everything, and I call you guys my minions, so the minions are in full force watching all those videos. I have fixed the wind problem. A lot of you guys were complaining, which is justified, because it really did sound like shit and you couldn't hear anybody talk when the wind would pick up in my GoPro, and the casing that I had on it would make this whistling sound, and it's kind of hard to hear, but I fixed that problem. I've already tested it out. It's going, guys. I want to talk about eBay. In the last 10 years, guys, I sold every one of my bats on eBay. And a lot of you guys were trying to get me to take them off eBay to sell them to you guys, and I didn't, because I didn't want to put up with the hassle of dealing with people and bartering with them. I just put it the highest bidder on eBay. It would go up to the highest bidder, and you guys would buy them. You'll send me my PayPal, my money in my PayPal, and then I'd turn around and send the bat to you guys. Don't have to worry about anything. But what happened to eBay is eBay started charging a lot of money to sell all that stuff. Just give you an example, for every 5 bats that I would sell, my 6th one was for free. Like, if every 6 bat I would sell, I would only get paid for 5, because that money for that 6th one will go straight to eBay. So that's a lot of damn money for me. So what I decided to do, and I recently started doing this, if you guys see me on there, is Senior Softball Buy, Sell, and Trade. I know the guy that runs it, a real nice guy, Mr. Long. And I sell a lot of my bats off there, and basically first come, first serve. And guys, here's another thing too, is I do not price gouge anybody, because the bats are even, their bats are probably used, or they're probably new. And I think I sell more used ones than I did new ones. Every once in a while I'll get a new one in, but I don't go up on the price on any bat that I sell. I sold a reissued 2.0 the other day that actually sold it pretty cheap. I think it was probably $15 over what you could have got it off Direct Sports, and that was to pay for shipping. So I don't price gouge anybody when it comes to that. The one thing I will not do is, another thing you guys have to understand is, I know the people who, what the hell?
Take it to the door?
Yes, sir. I know the people who do these bat raffles, and I've had a few of them that'll message me and say, "What do you want for the bat?" I will not answer them, and here's the reason why: because you're gonna try to get it cheap from me, because you know I don't price gouge anybody, and you're gonna turn around and raffle the bat off. And I'd rather it go to a senior out there than have somebody make money off the bat that I sold to them for cheap. So if you guys, I know who you are, if you guys run bat raffles and you're trying to get a bat from me, I won't even answer the message, and I'll go to the next person. I do it at first come, first serve. So if the first guy that shows up in my message, I'm contacting him first, and I'm giving him a little bit of time. And then I will mark sold. I will mark, if it's sold, I will mark sold on the bat, and then that's it. Let you guys see that it's marked sold. But I'm going to start doing that. Actually, I have, it's going to be the 1st of June tomorrow, and I probably have in the next week, I probably got, guys, probably 5 bats that I'm going to sell, that I'm going to sell for cheap, because I don't, like I said, it's below market value, okay, is what I sell all my stuff for. bats, excuse me. T-shirts. A lot of you guys have been asking me about dry fit T-shirts, and I have dry fit T-shirts at the house. And I'm putting in a small order of dry fit T-shirts at the house. And what I have done is, and those are just, I give to the guys that come out and hit with me. Every once in a while I'll have one or two, and I'll give them to those guys that come out and hit. But what I want to start doing is selling those. The problem that I have is I go to Teespring, and Teespring doesn't have dry fit, which kind of sucks because I love dry fit. And they'll have, but I sell all my hoodies on there. I sell all of my sweatshirts, and then I sell T-shirts, and I have different designs too. There is 2 more designs that are going to go up in the next couple of weeks on Teespring, on senior softball bat redesign, and there's another one about Minions that is going to go up there, and there is another one on, the Bubba with the round, and it's got an X through it. That one's going to go up there too. I told Bubba I was going to do that. So, but they don't, to this day, they don't sell dry fit, and I'm going to try to find out who does, because I want to start doing that where you guys can order them off a website. My website, going right into that, my website is going to be redone, and here's the reason why, and it's going to take a little bit to do this last part here. I'm going to put a page, it's called a page on my website, where you guys can go to it and you can determine what bat is a soft barrel and what bat is a hard barrel. Now let me tell you guys about this, and I kind of want to get into this a little lengthy here and try not to make this a 30-minute video. The benefits from swinging a soft barrel bat and the benefits from swinging a hard barrel bat. And just to go through, a lot of you young kids that got that bat speed, you're going to benefit more from swinging a hard barrel bat. Okay? The slower the bat speed, and I'm going to say my number is 80 miles an hour. If you have a bat speed below 80 miles an hour, you're going to benefit more from swinging a soft barrel bat. Because if you're swinging over 80 miles an hour, that soft barrel is going to implode on you. It's not going to recoil fast enough. If you're swinging below 80 miles an hour, you're going to hit that bat to ball, and it's going to recoil pretty good on you, and you're going to get a little bit more performance on it. If you have under 80 mile an hour bat speed and you go to a hard barrel bat, let's say like the Bobby Nifong, you're going to think that bat sucked, because for one, it's going to take you too long to break in, and because you don't have a Bubba on your team, it's going to take too long to break in. And another thing too is you're going to get rid of that bat when it breaks in, because you're not going to flex that wall, because that wall is a little harder than, let's say, a OG Dudley or a D. Marini, Larry Carter, or a Denny Crime. So you're going to benefit more if under 80 miles an hour. You're going to benefit more from a Denny or a Denny or a Larry, because I've got a whole list of OGs 2.0s on the Dudley part, so you're going to benefit a lot more from those bats than you would. So what I need to do is start separating, have a whole category, and this is where it's turned into a freaking job, whole category of all the high performance soft barrel bats, and you have a whole category on the high performance hard barrel bats. So you young kids, 40s, 50s, that have that above 80 mile an hour bat speed can purchase those bats. I think what a lot of seniors out there are doing is they don't know this, so they're going out there and just buying, let's say a 65-year-old guy is going to buy a Dudley example there. I can pick out a couple other bats, the new bats from Easton, because they are harder barrels and stiffer handles. An older guy is going to buy that bat, and you're not going to be able to flex that handle on it, and you're not going to be able to compress that barrel. So it's going to turn into, and I told you guys this in one of my other videos, it's going to turn into bat companies in the future are going to start making bats 2 miles an hour. Under 80 miles an hour, this bat's going to be good for you because it's got a soft barrel, it's got a little bit more flex in the handle. This bat's going to be good for you because it's got a harder, above 80 miles an hour, this bat's good for you. And it sucked that it's turning into this, because they're going to make more money off of us. You're above 80 miles an hour, this hard barrel bat, this little stiffer handle is going to be better for you. So that's what it's turned into. Not only that, guys, what I just talked to you about, now listen to this. If you're a cutter, okay, you're going to benefit more from a soft barrel bat than you are a hard barrel bat. But if you're a cutter with bat speed, you square that ball up and you miss it and you square it up, it's not going to perform for you. But if you cut it, it is going to perform for you. So that's kind of give and take if you're a cutter with high bat speed and you're trying to pick this bat out. So that's how far we've gotten into this because of the technology with bats nowadays. Another thing too, if you're a slapper, if you're a slap hitter, guys, could be categorized as a slap. If you ever watch me play, I could be categorized as a slap hitter because I slap the ball up the middle. I slap 5-6-0. Guys, 2 years ago, all right, I batted 800 all year long, and I hit 19 home runs out of 150 at-bats. I hit 19 home runs. Now, that's not a lot of home runs, guys. We had guys last year hitting 50, 56, 57 home runs, and I hit 19, and I didn't hit a lot of solos, probably 2 or 3 solos. So I am a slap hitter. I slap it. So I'm going to benefit better from a soft barrel bat. So and because my bat speed isn't up there, you know what I mean? The problem that I have is whenever I do want to hit one really good, because I do want to get that home run out of the way, or do want to hit a 3-run or 4-run, a grand slam, a home run, if I square it up, it's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to hit a knuckle, or I'm going to hit a ball right straight to somebody. I'm going to hit it good. But if I cut it, it's going to fly. It's going to go because I am a cutter and I'm a slap hitter. So the power I kind of stay away from a little bit, but I can slap it. You're going to get better performance on a soft barrel bat than you would a hard barrel bat. And I'm going to have a whole list on my page, on my website, of nothing but that. In other words, soft barrel bats, you guys a slap hitter, you like that soft barrel, you're going to have to go with that soft barrel. You're not going to benefit from a hard barrel bat, let's say a Dudley bat, the new Dudleys that are out, because you're not going to compress that wall enough because you're slapping it. And usually when you slap, what is that, 60 mile an hour bat speed, 70 mile an hour bat speed? So you're not going to compress the wall, and you're not getting no flex out of the handle. So you would benefit better getting a little bit of flex, kind of like the OGs, the 2.0s. Those would be great for you. And I kind of tested this theory out since I've been swinging the OGs or the Johnny Bailey, because Johnny Bailey is a soft barrel. Love that bat for what I do. Got 1,800 swings on it, guys. 1,800 swings by slapping it. Now, I wasn't up there just taking full cuts, getting 1,800 swings, because you can't do that. I probably would have got 800 swings on that bat, just blowing and going. Volley 800 is what I'm thinking. I've got 1,800 because I don't just go out there in batting practice and just blast balls out of the yard. I slap the ball because that's what I do. I'm a slap hitter. You just don't see that on video. So I'm going to do a whole separate page that talks about this, and I have a couple of clips on me explaining to it. Me and Billy above are going to try to explain about it to you guys. And then I'll have a list of bats here, the soft barrel, good flex. And then I'll have a list over here of you young kids, have that 80 mile an hour plus. You guys can go to them bats and pick. I'm probably going to be a top 5 because I don't know if I can go a top 10 on hard barrel bats. It's probably going to be a top 5, and then I'll have a top 5 over here too, soft barrel against hard barrel. And that's what it's turned into, guys. It's turned into, there's not going to be one bat, for one guy, because he has a fast swing, he has a slow swing, he's a cutter or a slapper. So that's basically what it's turned into. And I think that's it, guys. I'm already into this, going to be 20 minutes long. Here's the deal, guys, about all this is have fun. I mean, and do not overdo it. Get a lot of water in you, because I know we're going to have a lot of tournaments coming up next month, next couple of 3 all the way till Vegas. And the main thing is stay hydrated, stay safe. And we were talking about this the other day about getting runners. A lot of you coaches out there need to concentrate on, even for your star players, the guys that run a lot. I would get pinch runners for those guys too. The guys that just come along and just want to be a part of the team and just run. I know that's hard to find. especially when you start getting to major plus. I know those guys are hard to find, but they got to understand they're a part of the team too, and they actually benefit. And we've already said this, for us winning, we have to have everybody contribute as a team, and those guys that run for the other guys are just as they're in there just as much as the other guys are. So I always said this, you got to have as a team a little piece of the puzzle, and that is those guys are a little small piece of that puzzle that we can. But here's the deal, got a lot of tournaments to play, and everybody's going to want to play. And I told our coach this the other day, and he thinks that all the tournaments from here on out are going to be full to the brim because a lot of you guys are just chomping at the bit to get out there. Y'all been taking BP, hitting in cages, hitting off a tee, and you just cannot wait to get out there. The problem is, guys, we're older. You know, not talking to you 40-year-old guys now. I'm talking to 50, 55, 60, 65, 70-year-old guys. You need to pace yourself. You need somebody run for you, even though you can run, because it's all toward the end of the year and what we're going for. We're going for Vegas, right? To win the world title in Vegas, the Nationals. So these little tournaments getting up there, I mean, they're not little tournaments per se, but everybody is thriving for that big tournament at the end of the year, and you want to get there. So everybody's got to contribute to that. Runners maybe want to change your game a little bit to get through these tournaments because you got to play them so close together. Thanks, guys, for watching.